Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just had a really freaking cool dream that is pretty freaking eye-opening. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that, no pillows. We're trying new things. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, hello. Right there. Oh, wow, my hair's a little bit crazy. So, let me get comfortable. I'm cold. This dream was very, 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 very cool. I don't know if you guys know Washington State University, but they're in a town called Pullman, which is essentially in the middle of nowhere. It's just the town and fields. And so in my dream, I was there. Well, it was my dream version of there, and it was so pretty, like so pretty. It was almost more like we were on a really big hill, and I was living where the apartments would be, and then on top of that hill you look down and it turns into a valley where there was just maybe like a little town, and then it goes back up to bigger mountains, and it was just the most beautiful sunset I'd ever seen in my life. I was gonna cry. But there was this giant party going on of everyone that lived there, because WSU is a very big party school. There's this huge, massive party going on. Everyone's raving, all this stuff, and I'm new there, so I don't know anything, but I feel like I'm in downtown Eugene, of where I live. So I started to just go down and visit the little places here or there, and it was getting a little bit weird. And suddenly in the dream I had an urge to, instead of going up one way, I decided to go up the other. And as I go up that way, I turn around and some of my childhood friends are there, and I'm like, no freaking way. And then I see another old friend, because suddenly everyone just kind of left, and I see him, and I'm like, oh my god. So I have my friends Dima, Scott, and Matthew, and so I go over to them and I start talking with Matthew, and there's this one anime that I just watched, and he kind of looks like one of the characters. So I was like, hey, have you watched and I was like, you kind of look like this and that. And suddenly I just became more lucid, and I had powers now. And what I could do was almost like, well, I got a fire come from my hands, and I could project, I could fly almost by using that to project myself, almost like Iron Man. And then I start to just go around the area, and there's like this one apartment complex that I go over to, and I noticed that there was a Grubhub guy trying to deliver food, and no one ordered. So like I jumped up and did these very precise roundhouse kicks and back kicks to all three doors. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I can't do that. And I was flying around a little bit, and then when I woke up, I was like, that was really cool, but that was really mundane at the same time. Think about it. I had the ability to produce fire from my hands. I had the ability to fly. I was in an open area, and all I did was go to an apartment complex and kick some doors. What? And so I asked myself, like, what was the purpose of this dream? And what I got was that, like, even if I had special, ridiculous, out of this world powers right now, I wouldn't use them correctly. I would stay with the crowd. Even if I had all that opportunity to go out there, I would be too scared. Which makes sense, because one of my things is, like, I always want companionship. I want someone to go somewhere with me. Even when I moved to Eugene, I didn't come by myself. I went with my girlfriend at the time. And it just showed me that I would use these powers more for, like, entertainment, more for, like, egotistical use rather than full unconditional love. And it was very, very eye-opening, very, very interesting. But it kind of shows the divine timing of things. Like, yes, we would all like the ability to manifest things instantly. Yes, we would all like the ability to control the elements, all these other stuff, but what would you use it for? Like, be honest, knowing yourself right now, how would you use it? Would you stay with the crowd? Would you go live your own life? And I don't think many of us would use it for what it could be fully used for. So I guess now it's working on separating myself from the crowd still, because that's really what I was doing at this giant party. I wasn't partying with anyone. I was more of an observer, just walking through, looking at everything, going to different buildings, and like I said, it was gorgeous there. I could have left, but I didn't. I decided to stay with the people. And it's kind of like the same thing as my amusement park dream. It was a really cool dream. It took a lot for me to get up because I didn't want it to end. But yeah, man. Still with the crowds. What the heck? Anyway, that's it for this one. Peace. Take care, y'all.